Come on. What did you expect?
I did not expect that, period. I woke up to a new Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, What If trailers. Dope. New TV shows, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, I Am Groot series, Titania Maslany, hope I pronounced that right, sorry, confirmed as Jennifer Walters, and of course in She-Hulk. Abomination is going to be back in the show. Mark Ruffalo will play Bruce Banner the Hulk. We got snippets from the Miss Marvel series, which looks really cool, really dope. Ant-Man 3 has been given, of course, an official name. Title, Quantumania. The Fantastic Four logo looks dope and amazing. And one of the most sickest news that no one's really speaking about is Spider-Man 3 will tie into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The Spider-Verse, I don't know. Leave your comments down below and let me know how you felt when you saw these announcements. But overall, I was pumped, I was gassed, I was happy. I was like, oh my gosh. I was bombarded. I was like, this is insane. This is really insane. Like, we saw so much coolness, so much dopeness. I have to hand it to Marvel and Disney and the Figster, Kevin Feige, really gave us an early Christmas present, basically, in regards to, of course, seeing all of these dope announcement shows, TV shows. My theory is every single announcement they made, all of the new TV shows, the What If series, everything they announced yesterday, Marvel-wise, I really believe 100% that it's gonna all connect together and tie in to Phase 4 of the MCU. I really feel that it's all connected somehow, and it's all gonna make literally, of course, sense somehow. That's literally my thoughts. I cannot literally, of course, wait to see this show. So let's give you my little breakdowns basically of the trailers, just quickly. The Loki series was cool, it was comedic, it was fun. It was so joyful to see Tom Hiddleston again, playing Loki again. Loki, he was a villain that turned into a fan favorite. Like a character that I never thought would grasp and actually be loved by, of course, the character by the fans. I mean, when he died in Infinity War, people were just like, oh my gosh, like he's dead, and everyone thought he was gonna come back. Everyone thought he wasn't dead. Like he was tricking everyone, but he was literally dead. And then, of course, he came back, of course, in Avengers Endgame, when the whole aspect of when they went back in time, he took the Tesseract, pow, and that's when we knew, right, he's up to something. So, going back to it, it felt like basically like the new Loki series is a combination of like Loki meets 007 meets James Bond. Speaking about James Bond, R.I.P. Sean Connery, my favorite James Bond. Love you, man. One of the sickest Bond. He was my favorite and, my opinion, the best Bond ever. I really feel Loki is going to be a combination of Loki meeting James Bond. It's going to be comedic. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be dark also. It's going to have possibly a darkish tone to it to a degree. As for the storyline, we've been told like the storyline is literally Loki is jumping through time, changing the timeline, which everyone thought he would be doing that. I'll be really happy to see what he's actually altered in regards to, of course, the timeline. Now, the TVA is basically something that I want to speak upon in regards to the Loki TV show. And the TVA is basically the Time Variance Authority, which is basically when he gets caught, put in chains. They're the guys I'm literally speaking about. Now, I wanted to give you just a breakdown, a quick synopsis, not just in a nutshell, basically, just so you get the substance of it all. This is who they are. So the TVA claims responsibility for monitoring the multiverse and can prune timelines. If they're deemed too dangerous to exist, they also take action to prevent other beings from altering the past or future. Loki. Makes you think though, if they were around all this time, why did they allow Thanos to do what he had to do? Interesting. They were first seen allowing Justice Peace, a lawman from the future, to travel to the 20th century in order to stop the killer Zynak And Peace is able to succeed in his mission thanks to the assistance of Thor. And if you want to read that first appearance of the TVA, it's Thor Volume 1, it's Thor issue 372, which I read, which was a cool introductory to these beautiful people. Now, taking that to one side, basically, we have the comic Loki, Agent of Asgard, where he actually does missions for Asgard. So I'm thinking they've mixed the TVA possibly with Loki, Agents of Asgard. Now Loki is pretty much doing missions in trying to basically restore the timeline that he adjusted in the past, that he's destroyed or messed up in the past or the future, or they're sending basically Loki through the past or the future to basically restore situations that they messed up themselves. And they can't compromise their agents because they're worthy. So they say, look, Loki, if you do all of this for us, you'll be free, and we'll basically send you to the timeline. We'll send you to your timeline, or we'll send you to a timeline that you actually want. And that's pretty much what I think the show is about. And I think in that show, we get to see Loki going through a real emotional wave, because imagine he actually finds out that he actually died in Infinity War, and that he actually had a dope relationship basically with Thor. And he sees a relationship where it went, how it started, where it went up and down, and how they literally became brothers, and all of a sudden he got snapped and killed by Thanos, the person that actually sent him to, of course, pretty much conquer Earth. So it's really gonna I really think it's gonna not reboot, but we're gonna get more of a understanding of how and why Loki came to Earth in Avengers Assemble, the movie. We're gonna see, I think, maybe finer details of why he was acting a certain way, why he was so villainous in his way, and how he pretty much changed into becoming a fan favorite, which is a character that you never thought would actually become a fan favorite. Like when he died in Infinity War, people were like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, he's dead. But I was like, he isn't dead. And then of course he was dead, but he came back in Avengers Endgame, took the Tesseract, jumped into time, and pretty much now he has his own TV series. But the thing is, how did he actually jump through time? Because does the Tesseract allow you to go through time? So that's another thing they probably will answer. But it's going to really give us, I think, an introductory to, of course, to Loki as a character, and how he got, I guess, probably controlled into actually doing basically what he did, because they do say that it's been confirmed that Loki was under the control of the Mind Stone, the Tesseract. So it's quite interesting to see if that actually gets put into place. I really can't wait. I really can't wait to see what, of course, transpires, and what, of course, literally kicks off 100%. This Loki TV show looks like it's going to be just insanely cool, fun in all aspects, and I can't wait to see what happens. I mean, and of course, hey, almost forgot, the biggest moment in that trailer, we saw a snippet of Black Widow. She was chilling on a rock. It was like a yellowish pool, which looked like of course, the Soul Stone. So she's dead, but did she actually? It looks like she's sitting there. She's waiting for someone, or she's looking up, trying to go into the Soul Stone, which shows me that she, even though she's dead, she hasn't crossed over. So she's probably still there, waiting for someone to, of course, to try and help her, which is going to be kind of nuts, because she's obviously dead. Oh no, okay, I was going to say Black Widow movie, but obviously got it mixed up. She hasn't crossed over with Tony Stark. She's not in the Soul Stone, because when we saw, of course, Gamora, she was literally in the Soul Stone. She was there. So what's happened to Black Widow? Why is she there? Will Loki go into time, rescue her, help her, reverse time, take her out, basically from before she dropped, which she can't basically, but who knows what Loki will possibly can do. He can cut a deal with the Red Skull and say, look man, leave her alone, leave Hawkeye alone, and then the timeline changes and so forth. It's going to be insane from the time they incorporate in of course, time travel. You just don't know, because this Loki is the Loki from the 2012 Avengers movie. So imagine he basically now he alters time. He's altered Age of Ultron, he's altered Civil War, he's altered every single moment within the MCU to just do what he wants to do. It's just going to be insane. It really is going to be insane. But that's my thoughts basically on Loki. I enjoyed it. It was like Loki meets 007. It feels like it's going to be like espionage comedy and it's going to have an emotional rush. And I really feel like Loki's going to go through a real emotional time basically in the show, because imagine, like I said, imagine knowing that you've died. Or do they tell him that he's died? Do they have the right to interfere with the timeline? Are they going to say to him, well, you died here? And if he does he go back into, of course, Infinity War to try and change the timeline there? I don't know. But overall, I can't wait for it. It's one of the shows that I'm just like, yes, just give me the show. I can't wait to watch it. I love Loki, man. Tom Hiddleston is the guy. Next one, I'm gonna keep this kind of short. Wow. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I liked it. It was fun. Like to see the Falcon and Bucky Barnes together. I thought that was cool. It was fun. There wasn't really an essence of Captain America in that trailer. We didn't see any him suiting up. We didn't see him use the shield. We didn't really see anything. We just saw snippets of the Falcon, Bucky Barnes, the Red Skull, and of course the woman. I don't know who she is. We never saw a US agent who's supposedly supposed to be in the show. So it felt like it was completely different to what I expected it to be. But I enjoyed it. It was fast paced. It was comedic, and of course to see these two acting together, to see like Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Bass basically together, I think they really suit in regards to they really gel together. So that's a cool. That's really, really cool. I never thought they would get their own series. Never. I was like, oh my gosh. But I really enjoyed it. It just felt like it was an action-packed series and just fun to watch. And I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was a well put together trailer, and I can't wait to see, because I think that show there is going to surprise a lot of people, because I do believe that show there will go deeper into Bucky Barnes's history, because he's got beef with Zola in regards to what Zola did to him in Civil War, where he was controlling him and so forth. So I really think that it's a thing of where Bucky is out to get revenge to a degree, and possibly that the Falcon might try to say, look, man, don't kill this guy, man, we need this guy. And how did he actually get out? Like, how did he actually get out of his imprisonment? What's his name? Zola. Or did Hydra actually help him? Who knows? But that's one thing I'm looking forward to, the origin, the more in detail origin story or emotional aspect of Bucky Barnes, that we saw that he got over it. Of course, when he came out of Wakanda, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, and literally, of course, in Infinity War and so forth, he was much calmer, much cooler, and it's interesting to see that aspect of him in this TV series. Yes, he's gone through everything and he's much calmer and cooler, but when he sees Zola, he's gonna get flashbacks, and it's not gonna be a good thing for him. So I'm just checking my microphone. Cool. And so forth. The Wonder and Vision trailer it was creepy, it was unsettling, it was scary, it was intense, it was comedic, it was horror, and of course it's supposed to be like a horror show. It has an element of horror. So, I mean, we can stay all day here breaking down basically what the show is going to be about. I really feel that possibly Wanda's unconscious, or she's training possibly with Doctor Strange. Who knows? Like, and she's in some type of unconscious state where she's making whatever you see basically in the show is actually her subconscious basically trying to use pieces basically of what she's seen as a kid through her adulthood, and actually allowing her to put the puzzle together so she can actually wake up. So that's what I think it is, because the Vision is dead. Or is he dead? Did he get did he somehow come back to life after Endgame? Because we did see basically that Shuri had him on the table in Infinity War. So did she somehow restructure his body, restructure his mind, put him basically into a new into a new robotic form. Who knows? And it's quite interesting that he's still, so for him to still have the mind gem, I believe, basically in his forehead, it makes me feel that possibly the reason that is because the show kicks off when the Vision is still alive. So it could be set before Infinity War, which could basically speak to why he's still alive in the show. But overall, it was comedic. It was crazy. It was comedic, horror. It had horror. I mean, it was just a show that I basically have no idea how to break it down and basically two beautiful people. Apart from, of course, we're going to see what the show is really about when, of course, we watch it. I think it's January the 15th. Shout out to O2. I got a free upgrade. I upgraded my data, funny enough, to I think 150 gig of data. And they said to me, do you want 12 months free Disney Plus? I was like, yes. So I'll be watching basically the WandaVision and the Loki show, because that'll be free. Yeah, what can I say? 12 months free of Disney Plus. I love that still. So I can't wait. There was so much Easter eggs in that trailer. I loved it. I really did. I can't wait to see what transpires in the show. I think apart from the Loki show, that was a show that I was really, really looking forward to, because it was bonkers when it got announced. And when we saw the photos and the teaser trailers and the promos, I was like, this show is going to be bonkers. Everyone was saying, how is he alive? He's dead. Thanos killed him. Like, the Vision had the worst death, by the way. Just so we understand, the Vision had the worst death. He had the worst death. You know why? He got killed twice. He died twice. He died... wait, did he die twice? He did. So Wanda killed him. She destroyed the gemstone, Infinity Stone, and he died. Thanos came back, rewinded time, said, hi. Ripped the Infinity Stone from his forehead, and he died again. And he had the worst death. So yeah, he had the worst death. So hopefully he's not dead, or he won't die again in this show, making it like 3 strikes, man. Don't do it. The What If trailer, man. The What If trailer was dope. See, for me, I've always been a fan of the What If trailers. Period. Always been a fan. I used to read them now and again. The What If, the Peggy Carter one looks really cool. Captain Britain, should I say, or Captain America? Captain Britain, Captain America. Either one, she's the captain. It was cool. I liked it. You know, just to see how Peggy Carter would actually deal with how she would deal with it if she was, of course, Captain America. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. What if he was Star-Lord? That was pretty cool. That's gonna be a very emotional one to watch. I can't wait to watch it. That felt so good. The one that confused me. Well, we also have, of course, the Marvel Zombies, when we see Sebastian Bass, Bucky Barnes fighting against, of course, Captain America, who's a zombie. Marvel Zombies. The one that really surprised me the most, which I never knew was in the show, was the Doctor Strange one. Because we see someone walking through, and we see the time gem, and then we see the Iron Fist logo. I'm like, wow. And then we're moving forward, and we're seeing Doctor Strange is fighting a darker version of Doctor Strange, just like when in the old Superman movies, when he fights basically his red kryptonite self. So I'm like, that's the one that's really got me like, ooh, what's that about? Because it's a what if, innit? So I assumed it was Danny Rand became Iron Fist. But when we see 2 Doctor Stranges fighting, one's good, one's bad, from what we can see. Or are they both bad? Who knows? Like, how does that work, man? So I'm really excited basically in that aspect. I mean, I think it was I think it was amazing. It was amazing to watch. Super dope, super literally fun. Of course, yeah, man. Secret Invasion, that's gonna have Nick Fury. I can't wait. Ironheart, man, I've got her first appearance. I've read about her. She's super smart. She basically makes her own Iron Man suit. I can't wait. Armor Wars basically is when Tony Stark's armor falls into the wrong hands, and this is actually set with Rhodey. So can you imagine if actually Riri Williams, who basically is Ironheart, is the daughter of She could be the daughter, of course, of War Machine. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, I didn't look into it too much, but I can't wait to watch it. Anytime to see Guardians of the any reason to watch Guardians of the Galaxy again, I will. The I Am Groot miniseries, I can't wait. The She-Hulk series, I cannot wait to watch. I really can't wait. I like her because she actually likes being, you know, Jennifer Walters loves being She-Hulk, and she's a lawyer. I can't wait. Hopefully we might see Matt Murdock, Daredevil, making a cameo in that show. Who knows? Hopefully he's going to be in the new Spider-Man show. Abomination, man, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Where's he been all these years? And it's going to be crazy to connect Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, back into that energy of that particular movie. I can't wait to see She-Hulk. I think it's going to be a very good show. Of course, they said it's going to be a comedic show, which is great. Ant-Man, Quantumania, looks like they're going back into the quantum realm, which I cannot wait to see. You know, hopefully we get more depth, more detail, more energy, more substance of the quantum realm, and what can actually, maybe we can see more of the quantum realm in regards to how it connects with time travel and so forth. Because he was the guy that did it, and the rat that brought him out basically from the caravan. Shout out to the rat that was the real savior of Avengers Endgame. And Spider-Man 3 will tie in into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which makes me think that could be the movie that sets up the multiverse, really. Spider-Man 3. And then that's going to open up somehow the multiverse for Doctor Strange, which possibly, maybe Doctor Strange will be the movie that seeds into the Spider-Verse, or the Spider-Verse, or it could be even, Spider-Man 3 sets up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and actually sets the Spider-Verse. And of course, we've all found out that Daredevil, Charlie Cox, who plays Matt Murdock, Daredevil, might be in Spider-Man 3. If that's the case, oh my gosh, take my money. He deserves to be in that show. He's amazing. I love the show. You know, they need to bring it back. They will bring it back somehow, somewhere. But overall, I'm happy. All of the stuff that I've read here, I'm happy. And of course, the Fantastic Four logo, literally, the Fantastic Four logo got me like, I was like, I can't wait to see the X-Men logo, movie logo. And if they was to play the old X-Men theme tune from the cartoons onto the trailer or as a logo, I'll go mad. So I cannot wait for the Fantastic Four. Just a side note, I was never a fan of the Fantastic Four in the comics. I just love Doctor Doom. But seeing as Marvel are doing them, they're gonna do them justice, because the Fantastic Four movies that Fox have done were poor. X-Men movies were poor, apart from X-Men First Class. Not a fan of the X-Men. Not a fan of the X-Men movies. Period. Miss Marvel. So where that came from? Miss Marvel. First of all, we only saw little snippets of, I guess, backstage of what they were saying the show was about and so forth. But the snippets that we saw was very cool, was very fun. And I love Miss Marvel, first of all, as a character. Marvel's first Islamic superhero. And I think it's going to be a very, very dope show. It might be controversial in a sense, because I love to see how they deal with the whole Islamic culture in regards to, of course, Islam, and how they portray that basically, of course, in this TV show. It's going to be very interesting. I believe it's going to get a lot more women basically into comics and into that pop culture type of scene. From what we saw, basically, it was cool. It was nice. See, I loved it because it just shows you basically what the comic part of it was really about. So the substance of Miss Marvel is the fact that she's a big fan of Captain Marvel. The Terrigen basically gas gets let loose in her city, and she pretty much the gas transforms her basically into an Inhuman, and she becomes Miss Marvel. So I don't know if they're going to use that in the show, because I think the Inhuman thing just went really dead in regards to, of course, what we saw, the Inhuman TV show, which I haven't seen, which was really, really bad. So is she going to be an Inhuman? Who knows? If she isn't going to be an Inhuman in regards to that, I'm excited to see and how she actually gets her powers, which will be really, really cool. One of the best things in the comics was to see her chilling with Lockjaw, which was like mad cool, mad nice. But I think what I'm really excited about in regards to the show is, it's like she's she comes from an Islamic background. So she goes to school and then she comes home. So her having a boyfriend, her basically going out to save the day, she can't do that because she has to be indoors, so forth. And like in the comics, her dad like go to the mosque. Like she has an Islamic background. So it's interesting to see how Marvel are going to play basically with that particular energy in regards to her being Muslim, her following her traditions and so forth, but also her, of course, what do you call it? Her saving the world. Her basically, of course, having her a boyfriend or having a crush on someone, which she does in the show. Like she has love interests, and I'm excited to see how Marvel actually play with that. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see how that's pretty much done, and I really can't wait to see that. Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. It's gonna be a very interesting show, and the reason, of course, I can relate to that show is because I come from an Islamic background. When I was reading the comics, I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of cool. So it was really nice. It's a really nice comic. She's a very soft-hearted individual. She's very kind-hearted, very high spirit, but she's still trying to figure herself out. She's young. She's trying to figure herself out, like figure out her powers. What is she doing? She's trying to juggle school, juggle a love interest, juggle her parents who drive her crazy sometimes, while basically saving the world behind closed doors. No one knows who she is. So that's the thing that I'm really excited about in Miss Marvel. I really can't wait. She is one of my favorite Marvel characters. I've read the first run of Miss Marvel. I haven't read volume 2, which I might actually do and get that on a graphic novel, possibly an omnibus, and just read it through. But I really can't wait. I think that's gonna be the show that's gonna take everyone by surprise. I think I really do. I think it's gonna take everyone by surprise, that Miss Marvel show. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna be a very like, wow, really? And I can't wait. Like I said, I'm excited to see how Marvel will deal with her Islamic background and culture in regards to the world that we live in. Of course, 2020, and of course, I can't wait. And of course, how does Miss Marvel tie into, of course, to the MCU? Because like I said, I really believe that every single Marvel show, all of the new shows they've announced, all of the TV shows, even the what ifs and so forth, are gonna tie into the MCU somehow. I just feel it. I really feel it. It's gonna be like something that's gonna tie every single thing together. So I can't wait. I'm excited. Miss Marvel, take my money. I'm there. I look forward to, of course, Marvel bringing out more comic books in regards to these TV shows, because we all know before these TV shows come out, I reckon they'll release possibly Armor Wars again, or they'll release maybe Secret Wars again. Maybe they'll do new comics. Well, they might actually, no, they can possibly not re-release new arcs, as in new stories from Armor Wars or the series that we've actually spoken about, but they can actually do tie-ins, which will be pretty cool. So imagine you're watching like the new She-Hulk series, or you're watching Miss Marvel or the Loki series, and they actually do tie-ins to the episodes. So you buy the comics which tie in and give you more detail to the episodes that you actually watch, but they can come out as a digital digital version, which on the same day. So you read the comic and then you watch basically the series and you get more in depth. You get me? But one thing that's really cool is what I'm really happy about is now they're re-releasing these TV shows. Also, now they're releasing these new TV shows. It gives me opportunities to actually buy the comic, to buy them on graphic novels, so I can actually read them. Because I really want to buy She-Hulk, and read, but it's mad expensive. I really want to read Shang-Chi, but that's really expensive, the omnibus. So I'm hoping, because they always do this when the shows are about to come out, they bring out the graphic novel so you can catch up. And that's my thing. If you ever basically want to read the origins of any of these characters, go to Google, type in the characters, and you will get the source material, basically like the actual comic or graphic novel, like the first ever comics that came out. They're the ones you want to read, because everything after spins off from there, or it's new writers and a new creative team that's taken that has their own take basically on these characters. So read that. Like I'm actually copying this month on the 20th. I'm grabbing the Eternals written and illustrated by Jack Kirby, because you know I love Jack Kirby, and Eternals is kind of, I was like, I'm feeling them, and I just, you know, I just felt the vibe. I was like, cool. The real reason I'm into the Eternals was because it's written by Jack Kirby. I love his artwork. His artwork is amazing. So again, if you want to basically, of course, get into the Eternals movie that's coming out, make sure you read this particular volume right here. It's the complete series, or you can get basically volume 1 and volume 2. Read it and you'll be up to scratch, and you can read the following volume after that, which is by a new creative team. But that's literally my point in regards to these comics and so forth. If you want to get engrossed and understand the substance of these characters, always get the source materials. With that being said, hope everyone is well, and of course literally doing well. Make sure you smash that YouTube subscribe button, smash the YouTube bell button, share this video literally with all your friends and so forth. And of course, what was I gonna say? Yeah, catch me tomorrow with a brand new video. Peace.